Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to change the oil on a V-rod. Okay, it's a basic service that everybody usually does first whenever they do anything, whether it be a car, a motorcycle. Okay, it's fairly easy, but I always recommend that you have the service manual. You should always have the proper tools. You can't be responsible for what you do to your own bikes. The V-rods are pretty similar. I think one of the models or the other models have the filler on the other side. That's pretty easy to figure out. Okay, so sit back, enjoy the video, learn how to change the oil on a V-rod. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Alright guys, the first step is to take off the drain plug, the oil drain plug underneath the bike here. Okay. On my bike it's a 17 millimeter. Okay, but make sure you put the right wrench on it. Okay. Need a nice low oil pan here. There's not that much clearance under here. Alright, so I'm going to start to loosen it first. Come on, get on there. Come on. Okay. Very important when you put it back on, okay, not to over tighten it. Alright. Don't put this pan too close like this because it has a tendency to, you know, shoot out here. So let's get this out. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to let that drain, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, then you come up here while it's draining, loosen the filler plug here, the dipstick on it, okay, to aid in the draining of it. Okay, just leave it loose on there, help it drain out. And another thing is, the plug has a magnetic end on it, so make sure, I'm going to clean one up, you got to clean it up. Okay, make sure you thoroughly clean it, see if there's any big chunks in the middle. Mine's actually fairly clean. I had wiped it a little bit, but I'm going to finish cleaning it. And so clean that up, let it drain, and then I'll be right back and we'll put the plug back in. Alright guys, the next step is to put the drain plug back in. Okay, I let my drain fairly thoroughly, okay. I'm going to put that back in. I'll wipe it down. Alright, I'm going to button that up, torque it up, wipe it down, and then we'll move on to taking off the oil filter. Alright guys, the next thing to do is we're going to take the oil filter off, which is right here. But in order to, I mean, you can do it, if you can get your hands in here or whatever, you can do it without loosening the radiator mount. I'm going to loosen this one and this one right here, move it out so I can get my hand in there. Okay, it's okay to do that. Okay, you're not going to hurt anything. These are 1/2 inch. Okay, yeah, yellow one's metric, this is 1/2 inch, you know. So we're just going to loosen these. Okay, and this one. Alright, I'm going to finish loosening this, and then we'll remove the oil filter, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I finished taking the bolts out of here. You're just going to move that out of the way. Can we see that? Yeah, you can just move that out of the way. I use this kind of oil filter wrench on this. Even though I only put it on hand tight, I mean it gets tight over time. So I use something like this to remove it. You just got to take your time. It's a little snug in here, but a little bit at a time. And I'll move the oil pan back in place. Okay, it's coming out. All right. Move the oil pan back in place. Alright. Let that drain a little bit. There we go. Alright, we'll let that drain, and then I'll take it off, and I'll put the new one on. Okay, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I want to tell you to go around to the other side of the bike, if you get the oil filter off, and you know, thoroughly clean it off in here, you know, the contact and everything else. And then go back around to the other side of the bike, and I'll oil up the gasket on the filter and put it in, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, don't forget to put a little light coating of oil on the gasket. Okay, let me put the camera down here. Alright. Okay. Just put it up in there the same way. There you go, right up in there. Alright. Right on. I just make it hand tight. Okay. I never had a problem. Nice and snug. Alright. Alright, and I'll be right back. And let me just reiterate, do not over tighten this, okay? Do not over torque it, you don't want to strip it. Okay, and I'll be right back, and we'll put the radiator mount back on. Alright guys, the next step is to put the radiator mount screws back in. Okay, this is rubber mounted, so I'll move around a little bit. But alright. Try not to block the shot, but alright, gonna button this up, torque it up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're in the home stretch now. This thing to do is put oil in it. Okay, check your owner's manual, service manual. See what it takes. Okay, pour it in. When you're done, put the dipstick back in, tighten her up, start her up, check for leaks, and you're done. And that's how you change the oil on a V-rod. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.